Morning, Framingham High, and welcome back to Flyer News.
On today's show, we have a new episode of Movie Reviews in which I will be talking about the new Ghostbusters movie.
Afterwards, Maddie Sidmore and Cassidy Slamman have another episode featuring the new teachers at FHS.
Lastly, we have Julie Carson with a story on the town's very own Boys and Girls Club.
All that and more on Flyer News, so continue to tune in.
Welcome back to Flyer News. I'm Dan Rogers.
And I'm Lila Vegas. Today is day 6 with periods running D, A, B, E, G.
For years, Flyer News was fortunate to have Alex Hirsch make great movie reviews.
But now that he's graduated, the torch has passed on to Dan. So let's take a look at all the new movie reviews now.
Hi, and welcome to Flyer News Movie Reviews. I'm Dan Rogers, and our theme for this month is movies that came out over the summer of 2016. Our movie for this week is one of the hottest films of July. I am, of course, talking about Ghostbusters. Now, as a fan of the original Ghostbusters film, I was skeptical of a reboot, but I am happy to say that the film was so much better than I anticipated. While it does at times allude to the original movie, mostly in the form of cameos, make no mistake, this is not the Ghostbusters movie from 1984. It has its share of hilarious moments, and most of the audience from the screening I went to was in stitches for most of the movie. Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy stars Aaron Gilbert and Abby Yates, two physics teachers who have an interest in catching ghosts. While Gilbert has moved on, Yates has proceeded to search for ghosts and develop tools for catching them for study. When Gilbert and Yates meet again later on, Gilbert meets Jillian Holtzman, Yates' new partner, played by Kate McKinnon. They eventually team up with Patty Tolan, an MTA worker played by Leslie Jones. The four of them discover that something unusual is happening in terms of ghost activity in Manhattan, and they spend the rest of the movie trying to figure out what that is and how to stop it. The film is great because it manages to distance itself from the original storyline, and it still provides a likable and interesting atmosphere. The jokes never miss their marks, and the cameos from the original cast members are unique and a great way to pay tribute to the film that came first. Bill Murray, as always, provides plenty of laughs, and watch out for Dan Aykroyd because if you're not paying attention, you just might miss him. One part of this movie that fell short for me was the amount of screen time Kate McKinnon got. Her character was zany, creative, and overall hysterical, but you really don't see too much of her. Now, the special effects were impressive. The CGI characters looked great, and the proton beams were so much more believable than in 1984. We see some old characters such as Slimer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but we are also introduced to a number of new ghosts as well. Probably the biggest difference between the old and new film is rather than the threat being paranormal such as in 1984, the threat is human who is channeling the paranormal. That character is Rowan, an oddball genius who manages to release the ghosts from their supernatural world. I wasn't too pleased with the character of Rowan, it was just a little bit too bizarre for me, and I feel like he wasn't really developed as a whole. All we ever really find out about him is that he's crazy smart and has malicious intent. Overall, the movie was very enjoyable. I highly recommend it, especially for fans of the original movie. I gave the movie an A-. The film is available for streaming on Vudu on September 27th, and the DVD and Blu-ray disc come out on October 11th. That's all for this week, and I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Flyer News Movie Reviews. I'm Dan Rogers. We'll see you next week.
President Obama has decided to make an area of ocean off the Cape Cod First Marine Monument. It will be known as the Northeast Canyon and Seamounts Marine National Monument. This area is over twice the size of the Grand Canyon and is home to the abundance of sea life, such as deep-sea corals, puffins, sharks, sea turtles, beaked whales, and sperm whales. It also features an underwater canyon. Commercial fishing, mining, and drilling will be all banned from the area. Environmental activists applaud the decision, saying it will become increasingly important as the climate changes and its effects increases. Obama will announce the project today at our Ocean Conference.
The iPhone 7 and 7S are set to release tomorrow as Apple's iPhone approaches 10 years of existing on the market. While many are upset by the new edition's lack of an audio jack, the port was removed to make the phone water resistant and to make more room for faster chips and better batteries. Many critics have given the new iPhone immense support, complimenting its much improved speed, battery life, and camera. Supporters say that those who have been waiting years for a truly different iPhone will be pleased when the 7 is released tomorrow. However, others have called many of these changes aggressive and recommend waiting for the next edition for Apple to perfect the changes. Both sides can agree that shoppers should expect something new when they walk into stores tomorrow.
FHS gained a total of 21 new faculty members solely this year.
Last week, Maddie Sidmore and Cassie Slamon had the opportunity to interview a couple of the teachers in the building.
Today we will get to meet a few more of these new teachers.
My name is Andrew John Maniscalco III, but nobody calls me that. I'm Andy Manny, Mr. Manny. Awesome. I teach history, US 1 and US 2. US 2 honors, US 1 everything.
Hi, my name is Miss Jameson. I teach English to sophomores and to juniors.
My name is Mr. Chansey. I teach freshman and sophomore English, CP1 and CP2.
I worked in minor league baseball as a marketing and promotions manager, and I was a truck driver for Poland Springs. I'm most excited about the kids. I did my student teaching here, and I just loved everybody that I got to work with, and the students here are phenomenal, and I had a blast, so I'm just happy to be back.
I absolutely love FHS. I came here from New York because I've got family and friends who've lived in the area and grew up in Framingham, and this school is really spectacular. It really has every type of student, and everyone wants to be here for many different reasons, and I absolutely love that about this place.
And what I'm excited about teaching new curriculum, working with some good people, and seeing some students that I've taught in the past.
I would say my walk-in song would be Backstreet Boys, no. NSYNC, no. Justin Bieber, no. I don't know. I don't need music to walk into.
If there was one song that I could have play every time I walk into a room, it would be Champions, the new mixtape by Kanye West.
If there was a song I could walk out to, it would probably be Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme music.
Framingham has the fortuity to have the Boys and Girls Club, a club for children to both educate themselves and have fun.
This is a great program that allows children to both educate themselves and have fun.
Julie Carson will tell us more about how they're now relocating.
Back in May of this year, the occupants of the Danforth building were notified that due to the broken boiler, there would no longer be any heat. Therefore, the permit of the building was not going to be renewed by the town of Framingham. Occupants of the Danforth included the Danforth Art Museum, the Performing Arts Center, and the Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club, unlike the other tenants, has a 10-year lease and is currently in their 8th year. For their last 2 years in the building, the Boys and Girls Club has requested a mobile boiler in order to continue operation. However, after the explosion at the Framingham Public Library and the fact that this is not a permanent solution, the Boys and Girls Club was encouraged to look at other possible locations. Another occupant of the Danforth building, the Performing Arts Center, has been on the hunt for a new location and has identified an interim property. The new location, beginning in October 2016, will be St. Andrew's Church at 3 Maple Street in Framingham. The Performing Arts Center has set up a GoFundMe page to raise money for their moving expenses, as well as looking for volunteers to assist them when the moving date comes. As for the other occupants, Flyer News will continue to keep you updated. This has been Julie Carson.
Allegiance.
And students, today we have Ohad to lead us in the pledge.
Please stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, September 15th, a day 6 with periods running D, A, B, E, G. Girls varsity swimming has a meet today versus Weymouth, and sophomores have steering after school today in B211 at 2:15. Please come out and share your ideas and get involved. That's it for me. More announcements. Good morning.
Good morning. Morning, guys. Today there's going to be the second GSA meeting weekly. It's going to be in room B106 right after school.
There will be snacks. Everyone's welcome. We're going to have a lot of fun, so please come on down.
Model Congress will be having their meeting today in F204, not the library like we've been having it last time. So if you want to drop by, we're in F204 at 2 o'clock.
Hi, Eric.
Hey guys, so tomorrow, right after school, are co-ed a cappella auditions. They're going to be in Mr. Moore's room, which is in H Hall. Anybody can come out. It'll be open auditions, so everybody's going to hear everybody else sing. It's going to be a good time. Hope to see you there.
Good morning.
This is a reminder for anyone interested in playing girls basketball this winter. There's a meeting in the library tonight at 7. All new members and returners should try to make it there. Also, we have workouts every Tuesday and Thursday in the Wellness Center from 3:30 to 4:30. So if you're not playing a fall sport, please try to make it.
Oh, you're fine. Hi, Laura.
Hi guys, so Girls Swim and Dive has their first home meet today at 5:45 at Keefe Tech, and it would mean a lot if you guys came out and supported us. And if you see any of us around, just wish us good luck. Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning. Hi, so the last day of Fusion callbacks are today in the back gym. They're from 2:15 to 3:30. Just don't forget to bring your 2 8-count freestyle right after the original dance that we have taught you. We can't wait to see you guys.
Good morning, Julie.
Good morning.
I am really impressed with the set.
Thanks.
It feels like a talk show. So I don't have a whole lot of announcements today. Just a reminder that we're about 2 weeks away from progress reports, which is the first formal feedback you get from teachers. So make sure you're checking in. That time's approaching. That you're getting a handle on what your grades are like in class. You're setting some goals as you move forward, and because we want this progress report to be good. Also, late buses will be starting the week of the 26th. So keep in mind that you can, if your goal is to stay after school more, that will be available to you Tuesdays and Thursdays starting the week of September 26th. Late buses pick up at 4 o'clock. Reminder that you do need to sign up in the mornings in the main office in order to take the late bus, and you do need to present with a pass from a teacher or the Wellness Center director if you want to go. And that should be it for me.
All right, period D.
That's it for today's episode.
If you'd like to watch this broadcast again, you can tune in at 5 and 7 o'clock on channels 8 Comcast, 15 RCN, and 41 Verizon Fios.
You can also watch this and other broadcasts on the Flyer News YouTube page or under the FEC tab on the Framingham Public Schools website. I'm Dan Rogers.
And I'm Lynn Villegas. Catch us again tomorrow.